What if I told you that the mayonnaise sitting in your fridge right now is the result of a delicate, high-speed, and borderline chaotic process? That every single dollop could either be a perfect emulsion or a disaster in the making? And what if I told you that just one mistake in this process could turn your mayo from creamy perfection into an inedible, oily mess? Before you scoop up your next spoonful, let's take a look inside the high-tech, high-stakes world of industrial mayonnaise production and why it's not as simple as it seems. Mayonnaise is not just a random mix of oil, eggs, and vinegar. It's a science experiment, one that hinges on the delicate art of emulsification. If you've ever tried making homemade mayonnaise, you know it's a battle against nature. Oil and water? They hate each other. So how do factories manage to keep them together at such massive scales, producing thousands of jars per hour? They don't just hope for the best, they use high-powered emulsifiers and rapid mixing machines, ensuring a stable, creamy blend that doesn't separate. But even the slightest mistake in temperature or speed, and the entire batch could be ruined. And when we're talking thousands of gallons, that's a catastrophe no factory wants to face. Once the perfect emulsion is achieved, the real challenge begins, packaging it at lightning speed while keeping everything sterile. Every second matters. A minor miscalculation in filling speed? That's a wasted product and lost revenue. A contamination risk? That's a full-scale recall disaster. Ever wonder why mayo always tastes the same no matter where you buy it? That's because each jar undergoes rigorous quality control. If a jar doesn't pass the test, it's instantly rejected. But here's something shocking. Some factories produce over 50,000 jars per hour. That means every single second, decisions are being made on whether your mayo is good enough or doomed to the reject pile. But what happens when something does go wrong? What if an entire batch is compromised? Here's where things get risky. One of the biggest dangers in mayonnaise production? Bacterial contamination. Because mayonnaise contains raw egg yolks, it's the perfect breeding ground for Salmonella and Listeria, two bacteria that can turn a simple sandwich into a health nightmare. To prevent this, factories pasteurize the egg yolks and maintain ultra-strict hygiene controls. But even with all this technology, no system is 100% foolproof. Random samples from every batch are tested for bacterial contamination, acidity levels, and even taste consistency. Fail one test, the whole batch is scrapped. But here's the real question. What actually happens to the rejected mayonnaise? Does it just disappear? So, the next time you spread mayonnaise on your sandwich, remember, behind that simple, creamy texture is a high-speed, high-risk, scientifically precise process that few ever see. And for every jar that makes it to your table, there's another one that didn't survive the test. Food production is far more dramatic than we think. And if you think mayonnaise is intense, wait till you see how other foods are made. Click the next video and subscribe for more inside stories from the world of factory-made foods.